This is The Woody Show.
All right, Gina Grad, what are the trending news headlines this morning?
Well, Anora was the big winner at the Oscars with 5 wins. The movie won Best Picture, and Sean Baker won for writing and directing and editing, and Mikey Madison won Best Actress, which of course means Demi Moore got snubbed for her first Oscar nomination. But The Substance did win Best Makeup and Hairstyling.
It's a good movie.
Also, just an honor to be nominated, you know?
Right?
Yeah.
And for her first time.
I love how when we were recapping all the movies that were up for awards, we even mentioned Anora.
Yeah. Who do you guys know the premise?
No idea.
Did you
Sure,
see it, Menace?
No.
I didn't either, but it's like this girl from like the Bronx or something falls in love with this like rich Russian oligarch, and her family flies over to try and annul it. And everyone's like saying it's so amazing. I haven't seen it, but it won big. Adrian Brody won Best Actor for The Brutalist, droned on for more than 5 minutes. And even, I don't know if you guys saw this part, telling the orchestra conductor, I've been here before, like to cut him off. Like, I know what I'm doing. I've been here before.
Macaulay Culkin's
Kieran
Culkin?
Yeah, he
Pierce?
was ripping him at the other award show just before that at the SAG Awards.
SAG, yeah.
Calling him out like how he has long ass speeches.
Oh, really?
Well, I thought
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of the Oscars on TV, but I did see some of the stuff that was getting posted on social, and I watched Kieran Culkin's acceptance speech.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
He's always good.
He seems very likable, and I never
Yeah.
thought twice about that dude.
He always comes up and does like stand up.
Well, what would you rather? Would you rather have super mega worldwide success as Macaulay Culkin as a kid, or wait 30 years until you're
industry,
Kieran Culkin
right.
and then have,
That's the one.
a decent solid career later in life?
And
I'll take Macaulay's life.
Really?
Would you?
Yeah,
Oh, I'd
totally.
take Kieran's.
Because you can't leverage that fame into banging because you're 11 years old. Well, you shouldn't.
Give it later in life.
Yeah.
Well, Kieran, he's married, and apparently his wife promised him 4 kids if he won an Oscar. So now he's like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. it
Start
was
on the
a cute
4 kids.
speech.
Yeah, but Macaulay got to be with Mila.
I know.
Yes, that's why
Exactly.
Greg
So
said
he
Macaulay
wins.
all day.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, because he dated Mila Kunis for like 10 years during her
Right.
time.
And he once worked with John Candy.
Dude.
All right.
he
I
wins.
think we have a winner.
Yeah.
Well, he did win for Best Supporting Actor for A Real Pain. Zoe Saldana. Oh, I'm sorry. Saldana was Best Supporting Actress for Amelia Perez.
She's now Zoe Saldana
Yeah.
as of yesterday.
We literally always just like, oh yeah, Zoe Saldana.
Right.
But now she's Zoe Saldana. Conan did a pretty good job. People seemed to like his entrance when he came out of Demi Moore's back as a nod to The Substance. His monologue featured a guest appearance by Adam Sandler. Conan also got into some hip-hop beef when he said, well, we're halfway through the show, which means it's time for Kendrick Lamar to come out and call Drake a pedophile. Another of the show's highlights was Morgan Freeman's tribute to Gene Hackman. As usual, the In Memoriam segment did leave some people out. This year's snubs were Michelle Trachtenberg, Linda Lavin, Shannon Doherty, Tony Roberts, and Martin Mull.
Well, those were all like
Well, to be fair,
TV people mostly, right?
Michelle Trachtenberg died like 12 minutes
But
ago.
so did
So
Gene
did Gene
Hackman,
Hackman.
and he was in it.
That's true.
Oh, damn.
So I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, they did a single tribute, and then he was in the full tribute.
Oh, wait, they left out Martin Mull, Gina, Miss
Clue?
Colonel Mustard.
Colonel Mustard.
Hello.
And the villain in Mr. Mom. He's the best. He was on Roseanne.
Wow.
I know.
Why do
Thank you.
people get snubbed? Is
I
there
don't
like
know.
some behind the scenes beef we
They've
don't know
got
about?
some intern who doesn't do research well.
That's right. That's exactly it. Well, there were wildfires in North and South Carolina yesterday, and the dry conditions and gusty winds forced some people to evacuate. In South Carolina, more than 175 fires burned about 6.6 square miles. And in North Carolina, the U.S. Forest Service said 5 crews were working to contain multiple fires in 4 forests across the state. Largest was about 400 acres. Officials still don't know what caused them, but you know, with the wind and the dry air, it happens. And we heard last week that Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy were showing signs of mummification. And it turns out Gene was probably dead for more than a week. His pacemaker, he had one, and apparently showed it stopped on February 17th. That's 9 days before their bodies were found.
Although I always wonder, like, how can they really tell how long someone's been dead?
Well,
I
with
mean,
that
the pacemaker, that's, you know, that's pretty
that'll
cut and
show
dry.
you. Yeah.
But even when they're just, investigating a regular death, how they're able to go and find almost to the minute.
Well, you know how much I like following these people online, and
Yeah.
certain things happen to a body at certain stages. So, and like,
That makes sense.
they'll find like bruising because that's where the blood pools after a certain amount of time, and they have their ways.
Creepy.
So authorities said originally that there are no signs of foul play, but now they're saying nothing is off the table.
Oh, damn, dog.
Yeah.
Cartel.
They were
But
too
one
quick
thing-
to say that.
They did determine, though, Greg, because we talked about this, Gene and Betsy did not die of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Right.
Which was what what everybody was talking
Well,
about.
don't forget the dog.
Yeah.
Because that's why people probably thought that
In a
right away.
closet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. but there was-
Unfortunately.
the
Without-
two other dogs that were healthy.
Yeah. There were no apparent cameras inside or outside the property, so that hasn't helped anyone with the investigation. And a 2-year-old boy went missing in Oregon early Saturday evening. Dane Paulson was last seen playing in his yard. Police and other rescue teams have been looking for him since. They used drones with thermal imaging equipment, dogs, boats to search the area near his home. They're also interested in finding a late 90s gold-colored station wagon that was seen nearby. They're calling that a vehicle of interest.
That's got to be pretty easy to find.
I know.
How many of those are out there?
A gold station wagon?
Yeah.
Officials are asking regular people not to just come and join the search because that might interfere
Yeah.
with what they're
'Cause
doing.
Otherwise, it might wrap up too quickly.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Can't have that.
See, every time like these YouTube,
Yeah.
crime sleuths get involved, like all of a sudden the cops have been looking for this car for a
6
decade.
months.
Yep.
Meanwhile, 3 minutes into it, they found it
Oh.
at the bottom of a lake.
There it is.
Oh, dude, if you want you're absolutely right. If you want your crime solved quickly, you
Yes.
get a busybody middle-aged woman. She will
Yes.
find that for you in 5
Yeah,
minutes.
and
They
here's
throw it
the thing,
out
this
there on
kid's
the internet.
2
Yeah.
years old.
Yeah.
There's a good chance he's still alive within a certain number of hours, right?
Yeah.
Like put everybody on it.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't
And
know.
find 'em.
Don't contaminate the area. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
Luigi Mangione, we all know the name, right? He's the one, of course, has been accused of killing United Healthcare CEO in New York, was arrested at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania after a 5-day search. But now his lawyers say the arrest was not done properly.
Yeah, they said the
properly,
arrest was
rather.
illegal, Greg.
Yeah, illegal arrest.
wow.
You shot
Whoopsie.
somebody, you killed somebody in cold blood.
The arrest was illegal?
Which one was more illegal? The lawyer claims cops didn't tell Mangione his rights and questioned him unfairly. They also say the cops didn't give a good reason for approaching him and didn't let him leave.
Because you're the guy we think shot and killed this dude.
Seems
in
like a
cold
good
blood.
reason.
Yeah.
Mangione is facing charges in Pennsylvania, New York, and from the feds. His lawyers in both states are arguing that his rights were violated during the arrest,
His rights.
which could affect the evidence that can be used in court.
I know my rats.
Yeah.
I highly doubt they didn't read him his rights. I
Yeah.
just highly doubt that.
Also, I don't think that's not a get out of jail free card.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. But they are saying it could affect the evidence. So if he I'm just making this up. Let's say he confessed in the McDonald's, and if he wasn't read his Miranda rights, then they might not be able to
They
use
could
that
throw that
confession,
out.
that sort of thing. And this is going to bum out a lot of people on spring break. So listen up. Officials in Miami Beach canceled spring break last year, and it looks like they're basically doing that this year. So this is what that means. They just announced that they're bringing back enhanced security for pretty much the entire month of March, including parking restrictions, big fees for non-residents, and the city is warning visitors again to expect curfews, bag searches at the beach, early beach closures, DUI checkpoints, and arrests for drug possession and violence.
Yeah, because they did this last year, but the years prior, like the
was
3,
lit.
especially the 3 years, the 3 years prior to putting this in place last
Right.
year, like the violence was out of control.
It was just people,
Yeah,
having
having
fun,
fun.
shooting
Oh,
guns.
yeah.
Rabble rousing.
Shooting guns
Spring
off,
break,
living
man.
life.
robbing people.
COVID was going on.
You know what I'm
They
saying,
had
dog?
to
It
release
was
some
popping.
steam. You know what I'm saying?
City leaders say they want visitors to come and enjoy the beaches, hotels, and restaurants, but only if they behave themselves. And they're telling you this in Florida, so you know it had to be bad because
Oh, yeah, it was
Florida
really
lets you
wild.
do what you want to
Yeah.
do.
I don't know if you remember those stories, but there were like a story a day of like some unbelievable
30-person fights, guns
Yeah.
come out.
yeah, and
right
then
on
everybody
A1A.
jumping on top of cop cars
Right.
and everything. And
This is not the days of Vanilla Ice rolling down the streets.
But I want to go to
Enough of that.
Mangoes.
Yeah, but what if?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go there and have a really boring time, everybody.
Well, go to the Versace mansion.
Yeah, go for it.
Do
Go
that.
there. Go for lunch.
Go to the Versace.
Yeah,
not-
that sounds very spring break.
It's
Yeah.
not really.
Take a tour.
It's actually not
Or you go
really.
to gay kids.
Take a whimsical tour.
It's actually not that expensive.
877-44-WOODY. Text us over to 22987.
Fellow comrades in mediocrity, I want you to listen very carefully. You can all go straight to hell.
Woody Show. All 98.7. LA's new alternative.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? It's a no-cost maintenance plan that covers all normal factory-scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. All work is performed